Hey guys, so I did this little project. It's kind of just to tinker around because I'm trying to learn the ESP32 running on the Arduino framework. So you can't see much right now, but what's happening is if you can see on if you look in the screen, so you have the temperature is rapidly climbing up from 58 degrees Fahrenheit to whatever. It should go up to 77 because I took give you a little bit of context here. I took the ESP, the microcontroller, the ESP32, and I put it in the freezer so I could rapidly cool it off. So right now when it's cooled at 60 degrees, the LED right here, which I'm pointing at, will stay off. You can see LED 0, but then as soon as the temperature goes up to, I believe, 69 degrees Fahrenheit or 70 degrees Fahrenheit, actually, uh, the LED will start coming up. It'll start turning. It'll turn on the LED essentially. So yeah, that's just. I mean, if you guys are interested in that code, I mean, the code is well structured. If you guys, and I also created a web server, a web page for it using the Arduino built-in server. I'm sorry, the ESP32 built-in server. So if that I can access to see the temperature, but that's about it. It's just a blank page. It's just a regular old white page, nothing serious. Um, but yeah, that's the code right here. And let's just kind of wait here to see the temperature climbing up and the LED turning on eventually. So if you're wondering what these two little LEDs are right here, so the red one, when you plug in the ESP32 right out of the box, the red one will turn on. Just it's an indicator to show you that there's power going through the microcontroller. Now the blue one, yours may be blue. I believe we can change these colors, but mine just was defaulted to blue. So the blue one, uh, I'll show you how that came about. So the blue one is I use it to tell me when Wi-Fi is available and when it's connected to Wi-Fi. Um, let's see if I can show it to you guys here. Just kind of going through the code. There you go. As you guys can see, when I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi and it that retrieves the password and all that good stuff, and then it'll blink um once the Wi-Fi is connected, and you can see here I'm sending the information to the built-in LED on high, so that's that'll turn the LED on essentially. That's just kind of how I went about this. Um, so here it is. Again, it's all pertaining to the Wi-Fi. This gets called as soon as you plug in the um the ESP32, the microcontroller. Sorry, had a brain fart there. It will blink 2 times essentially, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. If there isn't, and then that thing will turn off. There's no Wi-Fi, it'll turn off. Yeah, that's about it. But here you can see we have the LED pin. What you're looking at here is I'm tying the LED pin to the sensor, the DHT sensor to measure the temperature. So if you guys want to see the code where I'm telling it to do certain things based on certain temperature, it's all the way right here, right here, right? So I'm adjusting it at 70. So if it's at 70, then it will be lit at 50%, right? And then if it's above 75, it will lit at 225. That's the highest level of the LED. We're getting close. We're at 66 Fahrenheit. So, you know, pretty soon we kind of interesting how the temperatures start climbing a bit slower now that now that we're at 66 Fahrenheit. Because earlier, when I got, when I put this, started the video, I believe we were at 40 something and 40 or 50, but I guess, I guess, I guess it's not climbing that fast. I don't know. Maybe because I'm talking, I didn't notice I should have recorded the time. That would have been pretty cool. So we could see the how long it takes to jump from one well, not 1 degree, but like a 10-degree difference, right? Um, humidity levels jumped in pretty high. It's saying the humidity in my house at 96%. Well, I think the reason why it's yeah, I think the reason why the humidity level is kind of weird, it's because I took it off the freezer and then now there's a lot of moisture around the sensor. It's not that it's starring off. So yeah, it makes sense that I would say the humidity level is at 95%. Because typically in here, if I check my smart assistant, the humidity is probably like 55%, somewhere around that area. We're in Florida. It's pretty humid down here. Yeah, good old Florida. Florida, man. Anyway, don't gonna get me started with that. So as you guys can see here, the humidity seems to be fluctuating. So it's I wasn't paying attention to it earlier, but if maybe I'm wrong, I'm not gonna scroll all the way back up. But if it's not fluctuating, it's drastically going down. Well, not drastically, but it's going down at a decent pace, I guess. Let's see. We're close, guys. Moment of truth is about to be here. We're at 68 right now, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Moment of truth is about to be here on us. All right. Let's see if our sensor if the code triggers the right stuff. Sorry, I'm anxious. Put my finger in there just to make sure everything's all tight up. I need those solid core wire. Um, makes for better uh circuiting. Well, just cleaner, I guess, because these soft wires are they're kind of cumbersome all over the place. So I got two of these wires exposed. They're coming from GPIO. I think one is coming from GPIO 19 and the other one GPIO 23. I plan to plug them into that. Oh, there it is. Did you guys see that? It just lit. Oh my God, look at that. It's so low at 69 degrees Fahrenheit. So it lit up and it we're at level 9 brightness. Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. Anyway, so what I was saying is, um, yeah, I need to get those solid core. No, we're talking about the GPIOs. So I plan to use these GPIOs, yeah, wires. They're connected to the GPIO port, so let's just call them GPIO wires. I plan to use them so I can change the color based on temperature. So right now we're just using red, and then it just gets brighter at the hotter it gets. So my plan is, let's say, from 69 Fahrenheit to, I don't know, 75 Fahrenheit. We will keep it at a blue color, and then actually, no. So from 60 Fahrenheit or 50 Fahrenheit, 55 Fahrenheit to 69, we'll keep it at a blue color, or 68, we'll keep it at a blue color. Oh, we're at 50% brightness. And then from 69 Fahrenheit to 75, we'll do green. And then from 76 to what on up, so could be 80 degrees, whatever, 100 degrees, we'll do red. Now what's gonna make it cooler is between these spaces. So let's say we started at 50 Fahrenheit and we're using blue, so from 50 it will be below 50, it'll be the blue will be turned off completely, right? But at 50, it will lit up at 9%, and then gradually gets brighter as the temperature increases. And then once the temperature passes the highest point of the blue light, we will turn off the blue light and then turn on the green light, and then again repeat the same process, right? So the process will be like, so from so it will turn the green light at a 9% lit, right? And then gradually increase the brightness, and then from oh, we're at 91% brightness now, guys. So from once we capped out the brightness to green light, which is we'll be at 75 degrees Fahrenheit, then we jump into, turn off the green light and jump into red light, and repeat the same process. So yeah, that is looking so cool. That is looking so cool. I like this. So honestly, just I've give you a little bit of background about myself. So I've written code, developing web applications, developing little apps here and there. Nothing crazy, nothing that really interface with the phones. What do you call it? The phone's hardware. So I've always written code that just does, your typical mundane things, delete, update, create, the typical mundane things, just boring stuff, honestly, if you ask me. um, but I've decided with the move of AI to kind of just jump into being, a little creator of my like just creating physical products, right? Um, and see what I can create, some cool little gadgets that people may be able to use, or maybe just toys that kids uses. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just create stuff. So then I bought this ESP32 2 days ago, and I just started tinkering with it and just kind of mess with it, just see what I can build and what I can't build. And honestly, I would say it was the process was pretty straightforward. I read the documentation. A lot of people use the Arduino um, IDE. I prefer to use my good old VS Code. That's just me. It's just me. Unfortunately, there's a lot good documentation on how to use the good old VS Code. And if you don't want to read the documentation, you don't have to. Honestly, that's just me being a stickler. Just use AI. Ask AI, and it'll help you out. Oh wow, we're at 132 lit now. So you just ask AI, and you get it. You get it down pretty quick. Actually, you probably move, well, not probably. You most definitely move faster than someone reading a documentation. That is guaranteed. And as far as the programming language, I'm using C++, plus plus, and yes, that one I've absolutely did use AI for it. Just because it would probably take me a long time to actually write some C++ plus plus code, because I've never wrote any C++, plus plus, not even in college. I didn't write any C++ plus plus code. So yeah, that's kind of my journey with this, guys. It's getting brighter. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is so cool. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. And I was reading some that's kind of off outside of the scope of this thing. Should we just continue talking and see how bright this thing can get? Because right now we're at 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, let's continue chatting. See how bright this thing can get. So, outside of the topic of what's that actually? It's outside of this project, but it's in the same topic of ESP32s. So I was reading online, and apparently it's difficult to run any neural network, neural yeah, network on these things. And reason being, there's not enough storage, and there's also not enough processing power for that. So, but I was thinking, is there like some type of very, very small neural network. I think there might be where we, oh wow, it's so much brighter. Um, where we can use like AI for instance, right, to uh do some sort of control on the board, let's say about these little lights. So instead of just like turning them off completely once we pass the 59 degrees Fahrenheit, we have a slow progression of the light going down, and then as the light is dimming, and then the other light is turning on. So it's like a fluid motion, right? Um, I think we could do that. That's a very small network. We could basically train one using PyTorch or whatever the other ones is, the other libraries, and train it and then export it into this to the ESP32 platform, the Arduino platform. I think there might be some kind of wrapper for it actually. Yeah, that that is so basically the way it would work is you would train. I think that's how it would work. You would train the model, and then the model would generate the code that you would use in your project, and you just drop it. So then this code would behave exactly. So basically, the model would write you a code. I could do the same thing, I guess. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thought process. Um, but wow, look at that. We are, you know what? Don't quote me on what I just said because I didn't research it. The reason I'm able to talk about it and have some ideas about it is because I think I saw a guy on YouTube maybe like, I don't know, maybe 10 months ago. And because I was thinking about it hardcore to jump in and building physical stuff 10 months ago. Yeah, so don't quote me on that. Let's dive into this thing. Oh, we're at 214 right now. This is the sensor. So this is my fancy pointer, guys. Don't judge. That's the DHT11 sensor. It's the humidity and oh look, our humidity is dropped to 65. The humidity and temperature sensor, and then obviously that's our little light, LED light. Oh, looks like it's getting brighter. Oh wait, did it? God dammer. I'm not using any micro resistance. I might be burning my LEDs out. Anyway, obviously this is our ESP32 and it's being powered through the computer right now. I ordered a battery pack of 5 volt and also the this can handle up to, I believe, up to 7 volt and using the USB port, but the the uh the ESP32 itself, if you're using the power port pins, I think it goes up to 20 volt, but I wouldn't recommend that because you could burn your your microcontroller. So anyway, in here you can see I'm using power from the microcontroller to power up the sensors and then the light. Um, yeah, that covers the gist of it. So we're at 74 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's climbing up, and humidity is going down. You know, we started at 90 something percent humidity. Now we're at 63. And I think we can reach 250%, 255 brightness, not percentage, 255 brightness. So let's see if we can get there. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there, a lot of YouTube creators out there, content creators out there that does pretty much kind of the same project that I just created, maybe in a different context than my context, but it's basically the same. It's just somebody slapping ESP32 on a breadboard and putting a DHT sensor on it and writing some code, and oh my god, I'm monitoring temperatures. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a million of them. I just happen to use mine to do something silly. And I'm sure there's millions of other silly videos out there. But if you guys just want to interact with me and ask me questions, by all means, jump in here and ask questions. I'm gonna be pumping out more videos because I'm tinkering a whole lot more with these. Oh, look, we reached 255 brightness, and that's because we're at 75 Fahrenheit. So yeah, I'm gonna be pumping out a lot more videos. Some of them will be fun, some won't be fun. So it is the name of the game. And the reason being I'm doing these videos, it actually just enhances me to, well, not enhances, but it really pushes me to, I guess it's some form of enhancement. It really pushes me to learn more about these little gadgets, and it makes the learning process a little bit fun because then I get to talk about what I just did, which also is, if believe it or not, guys, if you really want to learn something quick, whenever you, let's say you spend 30 minutes learning something, and then you close the book or you close the computer, you walk away. If you have somebody you can talk about what you just read, it will stay in your brain. It will stay in your longer term memory part of your brain, faster than if you were to just read the book and then close it and, I don't know, go about your day, watch TV or something like that. So this is kind of my outlet to share that experience, right? So instead of learning something and then just move on to the next task, I learn and talk about it and then possibly move on to the next task. So yeah, I am going to close this video right there. Thanks for watching. If you guys like the content, just give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.